Hey, Mike McGroarty here from mikesbackyardnursery.com. Today we're gonna divide some. This is Stella de Oro daylily, but these things are extremely root bound. They've been in these small containers for way too long. So I want to get them divided up so I can repot some, and then some I'm going to plant out so I have a continuous supply coming on, so I never run out of Stella de Oro, because for some crazy reason that's just one plant that I haven't had here in a long time. So the first thing I want to show you, they got these massive, some of these have a massive amount of roots coming out the bottom. So I got my handy dandy meat cleaver, and I'm going to cut some of those, because if you don't, you're never going to get them to pull through the holes in the bottom of the container. Now, you can see how root bound these things are. So, you know, that's a problem. You know, just getting them out of the container is going to be a tussle. Now, I'm probably going to get in trouble with people for doing this video the way that I'm doing it. I'll move that one over there. Because I'm going to abuse these plants. There's no other way to get them out of the container and get them apart and get them separated. But keep in mind, well, a couple of things. One, just like human beings, if you break a bone, your body immediately starts healing that bone. So plants are the same way. If you make a cut, that plant's going to put on more new growth. If you damage roots, the plant's going to make more roots. A lot of times in the nursery business, they'll go through the field and actually undercut trees with a machine, or years ago they did it by hand with a spade. It's called root pruning, to stimulate that plant to put more roots closer to the tree itself rather than way out there by the drip line. Because when they go to harvest that tree, they want the roots in the ball. They don't want to sever all those roots off. So the same thing here. I'm gonna do some damage to these things to get them out of these containers and get them divided, but I'm making more plants for the universe. So, all right, so I got a rubber mallet, and I've kind of figured out that this really helps just to get them out of the pot. If I hadn't have done that, I've been tugging on that thing for a half hour trying to get it out of the container. So now, as you can see, they are root bound. I mean root bound. So now, back to my rubber mallet. And if I don't do this, quite simply, they are not going to come apart unless I got dynamite or something like that. Because I promise you, it took me a while to kind of figure this out. But, all right, so that's a start. Now I'm going to go to the bottom, and I'm going to start shaking these roots loose as much as I can to get them separated away from the plant, because that's the easiest place to start that separation process. Now, I brought the meat cleaver out here with the intention of doing this, but I don't really want to do that if I don't have to. A lot of times that's the way I'll divide hostas, with the meat cleaver like that. So we got the bottom part of the roots kind of loosened up. So now I'm just going to start working on this thing and shake it a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Perfect. Two nice divisions. And take off any nasty stuff. And then it's, I don't know, July 24th, I think, or August 24th, I think. So but they'll be fine. So anyway, I'm cutting the tops back, and then again, we'll have to, the tops are going to die back anyway. But between now and the end of October, or even the middle of November, when we get a freeze, they're going to put on a little bit of growth, and they're going to be nice looking, happy little plants at that time. So that broke apart. There, see, I got another piece there. Very, very stubborn. That worked perfect right there. Yep, no good. This will come. Not a lot of roots, but by the time I cut the top back, that should be enough roots to sustain what's left of the plant, and then it'll take off and start reproducing and be a happy little daylily. I don't grow a lot of daylilies because, you know, unless you're like a daylily farm that specializes in them, people aren't that interested on it. There's probably, I know there's at least over 1,000 like registered daylilies. Most people are not interested in those. Stella is super popular. It's popular with landscapers, and it's pretty popular with homeowners because it's, you know, considered a reblooming daylily, and it's not the great big, you know, the big heavy plant. So it works pretty good in a smaller garden. All right, so this is gonna be, well, okay, we got it. Yep. And I think I'm done. All right, so I think we threw one in the bucket. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, should work, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and one more division, 15, and 16. So I've got about 16 plants out of, this isn't even a 1-gallon container. This is considered like a 2-quart container. It's actually a little bit smaller than a trade gallon. So I got 16 plants out of that. I'll get 16 out of here. I've already done 1, 2, 3, 4. I've already done 4. I guess I had 5 plants total. So yeah. Counting is not my specialty anymore. All right, so I got 5 plants total. So I got roughly 15, 16 from each one. You know, my price is going to go up to $8.97 next year. So, you know, I can get $9 for that, and people are delighted to pay it. So, pretty interesting process. And as I mentioned in our members area the other day, that never really gets old. I'll put a link to the members area down below so that you can, you know, you can kind of check that out. It's really a great thing. We got members all over the country, and they every single day, pretty much all day long, they're helping one another with whatever problems they have. And I got these plants, these Stella de Oro, from a member. So I buy a lot of plants from my members. Everybody kind of buys from each other. That way we get, because a lot of, when you walk into the garden center, you're going to find a lot of stuff in a colored container. More than likely that plant is got a trademark on it, so it's against the law to do what I just did here. If it's patented, it's against the law to do it. And it's probably got a trademark on it. That means that the name is protected forever. You can't use the name. So what we do in our members area is we keep track of all the things that are in the public domain, and we buy and sell them to and from one another. You know, I do silver dollar hydrangea here. I did a video about that yesterday. I got to get all these videos uploaded. But, you know, chances are you're not going to find silver dollar hydrangea in your neighborhood, because they'd rather sell you one of the newer patented varieties. So that's why we make sure that stuff never goes goes into extinction. That's our goal. There's so many beautiful plants that have been kind of lost to that, and as a group we try and prevent that. So anyway, I'll put a link down there. I'll upload the video first, and then I'll put the link in there, because these fat thumbs aren't real good at typing out a hyperlink. So anyway, Mike McGroarty from mikesbackyardnursery.com. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you get notified of new updates and stuff. And just keep making those baby plants. Have a great day.